Hi, thanks for joining me on the webinar today. Greatest on the planet. My name is John Hopper. I'll be hosting the webinar today. And the reason that I've invited you here is because I want to help you out with your business a little bit. Most specifically, I want to help you out with the most important thing in your business, which in my personal opinion, and I think at the end of this webinar you'll agree, is your employees. Your people are the most important thing in your company. You can take away the money. If you got great people, you can go get more. You can take away the customers. If you got great people, you can go get more. But if you take away the people, you have nothing. Why even have an office? Why even have a phone number? Why even have a business? How are you going to service your customers if you have no people? So the people are the most important thing. And in this webinar, I'm going to show you that that's the case. Although you probably already agree with me right now, it may not seem like that on a daily basis. On a daily basis, it may seem like we got to service the customer. It may seem like you got to replenish the bank account. It may seem like a lot of things. But at the end of the day, I promise you, the most important thing in your business is the people. Human beings are the most important thing. And in fact, everything in life revolves around people. Everything does. You take a shower. Shower had existed to wash a human being. The shower door was created to stop water from getting out on your bathroom floor, a human being. Refrigerators were created to store your food. Everything on this planet revolves around people, even when it relates to an animal. The dog doesn't need a leash. The owner of the dog needs a leash so that the dog doesn't run away. Everything revolves around people, even money. We use money to buy clothes for people, food for people, haircuts for people, cars for people, insurance for people. The basis of everything is people. And your business is no different. It's about the people. It's not about the money. Because with the right people, you can go get more money. And that's the basis for this webinar. That's basically what we're doing today. We're going to discuss these things. And what my ultimate goal is I want to get you better people. And I want to do that very affordably. It does not need to be expensive. Although a lot of companies do provide the service that I provide for a lot of money, it's not necessary. And just a little bit about my background so that you understand who I am is I'm a 20-year business owner. 1999, I started my first business. Company I worked for was sold. I wasn't forced to, but I felt forced to. I need to go start my own business. And that's what I did. 1999, fast forward 20 years, here I am. I'm going to show you what I learned over those 20 years that I believe is the most important thing in your business, and it's the people. It is oftentimes also the most expensive thing in your business. Now, if you're somebody who has one employee, two employee, or worse, it's yourself, you're your only employee, this may not help you that much. This is really going to help somebody who has 3, 4, 5 employees and up. Thousands of employees this program works for. Thousands. But it's designed to work for the little guy too. So if you've got 3, 4, 5 employees, absolutely. If you've got yourself, no. If you've got 1 or 2 employees, very difficult. It could still work, but very difficult. It's really designed for 3, 4, 5 and up. That's really what we want because we want to start, basically like a snowball. You want to start with a little bit and then you roll and roll and roll and roll and roll and it goes. But if you have like one other person, it can help you, but what if it's the wrong person? That's the challenge. You have to have kind of like a basis to say, okay, this is a good start. I can start with this and then I can go. Because when I get done with you, you look at your employees, you're only going to be able to have 3 things. You're going to have an employee who needs a very little bit of help in each, maybe one of the departments that we're going to discuss today, or they need to be fired, or they're the greatest on the planet. And that's it. And I created my company, and I call my company the greatest on the planet for that reason, because we want them all to be the greatest on the planet. And I'm even going to show you today that you're probably not that good of an employer. And I know that probably hurts because you probably put a lot of time and energy and everything into it, but you're probably not. And it's not your fault. I can help you. You're in the right place. I promise you, if you've ever thought, you know what, there's got to be a better way to handle people, you're standing right in the right place where you need to be. I'm going to walk you through this. When I get done with this webinar, you're most likely going to say, he's absolutely right. He's 100% right. Even if you decide you don't want to buy my products, you're most probably going to agree with what I say because it's the truth. And it took me 20 years to figure it out. technically 17, but I'm getting to you at 20, so we'll call it 20 years. And we'll just go ahead and get started. I mean, my name is John Hopper. I own a company called The Greatest on the Planet. And what The Greatest on the Planet does is we help you turn all of your employees into the greatest on the planet. That's the goal. That's what my desire is. I want to change the interaction between employee and employer forever. Forever. We've been doing the same thing for 200 years. For 200 years, it has been, come to work for me. I'll give you some money if you do what I say. That happened when we were farmers in this country. That happened when George Washington was alive. What's different about it today? Well, today we added on health benefits. Today we added on paid vacation. Today we added on flexible hours, maybe in some businesses, right? We've added on a few things to say, okay, well, we're providing more. But the basis for what we're doing is exactly the same it was when we stepped off the Mayflower. Come to work for me, do what I tell you to do, and I'll give you some money. Hasn't changed. We as employers are offering the same thing we were offering over 200 years ago. Now, what I would like you to do is I would like you to get a piece of paper and a pencil, because I'm going to have you take some notes. And they're notes about yourself. So it's important things that you're going to want to ask yourself right now. I really don't want you to just arbitrarily, think to yourself what it is. I'd really, really, really like you to write it down. So I'll go ahead and give you a minute to go grab a piece of paper and a pencil. We'll just wait here for a minute while you go do that. It's very important that you write this stuff down. I probably should have told you at the beginning of the webinar. We kind of are at the beginning of the webinar, but it's okay. Grab a piece of paper and a pencil. I'll give you a few minutes. It's important. I hope you're having a great day today. I know I am. I'm really excited. I'm really passionate about this. I mean, it may not seem like it because I take it very seriously what we're talking about here today, but I promise you I'm very, very, very passionate about it. I spent 17 years doing this wrong. I would put myself right at the top of the list of the worst employers there ever were. Bad. And I've talked to some people who've said, you're good compared to me. I'm really bad. Like I was talking to a guy not so long ago, and I told him, I said, the people that I've hired between, when I started and today that went through the whole entire hiring process and then never showed up for the first day of work is in the hundreds. Hundreds of people have applied to work for me, went through the whole entire hiring process, and then on the first day of work, never showed up. I was telling that to a gentleman, and I said, it's in the hundreds. And he said, for me, it's in the thousands. I said, really? He said, without a doubt, it's in the thousands. I couldn't even tell you how many people we hired, went through the whole entire hiring process. I'm talking background checks. I'm talking drug screening. I'm talking everything you could possibly think of to make sure we were making the right decision on hiring this person. And day number one, they never showed up. In the thousands. So if that's something that has happened to you, I don't want you to feel bad. It happens to all of us. For me, it was in the hundreds. This guy obviously hires more people than me, so he was in the thousands. I don't know how many it is for you, but that is something that happens to all of us. So we're all in the same boat. It does happen. I'm hoping by now you have your pad of paper and pencil. I want you to write this down. What do I offer?